Not that long ago, Google announced at I/O that Android Pay will be coming to our devices later this year. Well, it's September 11th, and finally that service is here. Now, not everybody's getting it right away, and I'm going to go through and process and explain to you how to get it actually right now on your device. But not only that, explain to you what are the changes from the current Google Wallet to the new services that are being offered. Let's check it out. First thing we want to do obviously here is currently there is one version of the Google Wallet application, and I'm going to scroll right here. You'll see there's Wallet right there, which is the current version of Wallet is basically a combination of the payment system, receiving system, as well as the ability to basically use it as an online account to be able to purchase things using on the Google Play Store. What we're going to do today, we're going to replace that application with two different applications, and for that we need to go ahead and download 3 files. I'll give you guys the links in the description. We need to make sure to download the Android Pay application, the new Google Wallet application, and the new Google Wallet application is version 10, Android Pay is version 1, and then also we need to download the Android Google Play services, and this has to be version 8.1.13. Anything earlier than that won't work. The current system, when I first started this process, only had version 7.3, and every time I went to the Play Store, I could only get 7.3, and that was the reason why I wasn't able to upgrade. So once we download the 3 files, we need to install them, and make sure if you have the old version of the Google Wallet application, either disable it or uninstall it, because this will replace it. And once we have that system set up, we'll be able to start using it. If you don't do the actual Google Play services and you forget and you only download these two, Android Pay will remind you that you need to update it. So once we do that, we're going to end up having the Android Pay account here, and the Google Wallet will actually change, and it'll end up basically turning into that nice little setup. You'll notice I don't have any actual, set balance in there right now, but I haven't run any transactions. But the options that we used to have before are much shorter, where it used to be a lot more options. But again, the wallet is not really what we're here for. We're here for Android Pay. And once you turn on the Android Pay account, you're greeted with a blank slate. You don't have an actual card in there. You're able to add the card manually, so you go plus. And it says, if you've had other cards before in the past used on this, it'll tell you to add it, or you can just say add another card. Automatically turns on the scanning camera, and then we're able to scan a card. And then if you do that, you're able to basically circumvent having to enter the information manually, or you can go manually and then add all that information in there. And then of course it pulls up the addresses that you had in the past, and the first and last name on the main account. But you can populate that information directly, and once you have that in, your cards are going to be available. And then so once you have a card built in, it just shows up at this form, and then you're able to select it and pay with it whenever you're at the register. This is still only NFC based, so if you notice my NFC logo is turned on top. When you install Android Pay, it does ask you to turn it on. So as you guys saw, getting this thing out on your device right now is not that hard. You just need to make sure that you have the latest version of the Google Play services. That's actually key to this whole thing working, because it didn't get introduced till version 8.1 that Android Pay can actually function on your device. You can download the applications and they won't work. The other thing is I still have Samsung Pay on my device, which is another thing that I use, but the beauty of it is I can launch it separately by just opening up the device and then swiping up. I can get access to my Samsung Pay account and I can use those cards. The one thing that it does ask you at the end of the process when you do set it up, it asks you to set up the default payment method whenever an activation of an NFC payment is requested. So you do set it up, then it asks that it ends up being the default one. So Android Pay is the default on my device. But if I want to use Samsung Pay, because Samsung does offer MST, which is not offered under Android Pay, that's nice functionality to have. Overall, they work pretty much the same, support similar services. Samsung Pay right now is in beta, where Android Pay is not, so you can actually use it and it's functional, and it has a lot more supported for banks and services that you can use. And Samsung Pay is supposed to be coming out in a couple of weeks, I think about the 26th or the 28th of September, so it's not that far behind, but Google did technically cross the finish line first. So let me know what you guys think. Have you used any kind of payment card system on your device before? Are you happy you have NFC? 1+2. Anyways, do you value this service? I think personally it's a nice functionality. Even if you don't use it, it's nice to have, because at some point or another we are going to move away from physical cards. Those functionalities are just not really there anymore to hold a card and keep it in your wallet, and having it on your digital device encrypted is still a nice functionality to use. So as usual, like and subscribe to my channel, share, and let me know of any other things you'd like me to review for you guys here, and I will see you guys on the next one.